What's up, YouTubians? Gary, VW Jawbreaker. Welcome back to another day where today it's finally cooled off some. It's not a bazillion degrees here in Florida. Fall is finally here. Or coming. We're not sure. It's on the way. It's not a bazillion degrees. I'm good. So, today, yeah, we got something cool to show you. So, as you know, we've done a lot of work here on the Sickxty. We have done a ton of work on this car. Next big project is I'm gonna start building the roof rack. However, I'm not gonna quite be able to get it done just yet. We've got a couple shows coming up, starting to come into that season again. So I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, but I'm starting to get stuff together. I could use the roof rack that I had on Jawbreaker, but it's not really the look I wanna go for. I wanna do something that's a little bit more streamlined. Maybe follow the curvature a little bit. Not sure exactly. I've got a couple ideas, but I also want it low profile, so low to the top and not sticking up real far, maybe 3-4 inches at the most. The reason I want to do that is just kind of keep the sleek look kind of going. So Auxbeam reached out to me. If you remember, way back when we had the black and white Baja last year, they reached out to me and said, hey, I want to provide some off-road lights for you. So they did. We put that on there. Light bar was amazing on that Baja. And then I kept the little small pods for up front for little additional lighting on the front of the Sickxty. They reached back out again and said, hey man, really want to kind of give you something else. Could you use some more lights on this project? I went, actually, yeah, I want to start the roof rack soon. So they sent me out 2 boxes. These are some nice lights. Let me show you. So here we have 4 lights, and in these 4 lights you get, of course, there's 2 in each pack. Comes with a complete plug and play wiring harness, fuse, relay, switch, everything. You literally just plug them in, apply power, ground, they're ready to work. I mean, there's no major anything. So what I did is I got 2 floods and 2 spots. So I'll be able to mount the 2 spots in the middle and the 2 floods on the outside. That's how I think I'm gonna do it. I might do it the other way. Then they also went ahead and sent me some of their covers that go over the lights to be able to protect them. So these lights are a 4-inch, these are 45 watt each, 9,000 lumen. So all 4 of these lights together would be 180 watts between the 2 floods and the 2 spots that I got. Of course, they're IP868 waterproof, dustproof, of course, because they're outside lights. Wiring harness with nice little button switch, so you can actually just kind of mount that. They've got a 3535 LED chipset. Stainless steel hardware is included. Of course, it's just a matter of hooking up positive and negative. You're pretty much good to go. So I really think those lights are going to be a great accessory to the roof rack, the top of the Sickxty, the overall look. So that's why I wanted smaller lights, so I can build a smaller, lower profile roof rack. I think it'll work out just perfect. So I've also done a few other things to this car that I've not recorded. Little things, simple things to make things a little easier, or I've been short on time because, again, we got show season coming up. Missed a lot of that last year due to the shoulder, so can't wait to get going. So as you saw, we got the bumper done. However, in hindsight, kind of wish I would have ordered the rear wing without the dimple die holes. Why? You got caught in a rainstorm. It's fine when it's driving, no big deal. When you stop and sit somewhere and it's downpouring rain, all that rain just goes right where? To the carburetor. Both sides. So of course I sit there and I'm cranking, trying to get the car to start, pull the air cleaners off, the top of it's just full of water. Probably should have thrown a bag or something over it, but how much of a pain in the butt's that gonna be to every time you stop? Is it gonna rain? Is it not gonna rain? Especially here in Florida. So you get out, put a bag on it, it just looks trashy. You know, the outerwears you can put around the carburetor, it's like a mesh bag. They breathe real well, but people say they still get water through those. So what do you do? Well, they make Weber IDF rain hats. And everybody's like, oh, you could have used, you know, this, you could have used that, you could have used a Tupperware, you could have used whatever. yeah, you probably could on a stock carburetor or a single carburetor like the ITCs or CADs or something like that. But do you guys not remember the IDFs have an oval shape to them because it's a 2-barrel carburetor? Yes, I could have made something, but I opted for that. What is that, you might ask? Well, that's a bread pan. Bread loaf pan. All I did was cut the handles off, cut the lips off the side, sand it down, paint it, drilled a hole for the wing nut, put a little rubber washer on top, and there we go. We are protected from the rain. Plenty of room under there on both sides, the back, especially the front. So there we go. That's done. What else have we done? Did a few other little things. We should probably do a walk around video, but I didn't record that either. Headliner's done. You know what that is? That is exercise mat. Just glued it up in place with some 3M glue, and we're good to go. Oh, this is something that turned out really neat too. Open my glove box. Wanted to keep a nice clean dash. Boom. Phone mount. Remember I have the USB in there? I can have my maps up, I can have my GPS up, whatever I want to do. Remove my phone. What phone holder? Yeah, it turned out nice. Turned out nice. Somebody asked a while back, did I have a fire extinguisher? Of course I do, and that is a VACP, vintage air-cooled parts fire extinguisher mount. Very nice. Does not come with a fire extinguisher, but you can find them online pretty plentiful everywhere. Like I said, a lot of other little things we've done, but for the most part, oh, mirrors. Somebody asked about the mirrors. Those are actually from Amazon. They are for a side-by-side. All I did, it came with the 2 pre-drilled holes. I pre-drilled another hole. So we have 3 mounting points and just put 3 rib nuts into the door. Done. That side's pretty pointless. The driver's side works perfect. And the reason why I say that side's kind of pointless is kind of because of how forward it is. Why is it that far forward? So I can open my vent windows, that's why. It's Florida air conditioning right there. It is quite nice the way this thing has turned out. Transmission's great, engine's been great, except for when I got water in it. Well, in the carburetors, I should say. Plenty of power, gearing is perfect from B&D transmissions. Again, don't just willy-nilly throw something together, right? Do your research, figure it out. You know, I told them what motor was going in, how much horsepower it has, told them what size tires I want to run. Give people the specs so they can do a proper job for you. Kind of important, right? All right, I know this was kind of rambling, you know, kind of a jibber-jabber, whatnot type of video, but I just kind of want to make sure that you guys are up to date of what's going on. Oh, now I remember what the other thing was. Front coilover shocks. Why did I put those on there? Well, this beam is a adjustable beam, and when they weld the adjusters in, they make it for a lowered car. And I wanted this thing to have more of, you know, more of a level fitment to it, and not so much such a rake on the front. So I put those on there, loosest setting, adjusted the beam back down some, so it has just a slight rake to it. And believe it or not, they still ride great. Still rides fantastic with those front coilovers. I mean, you can sit there and push them down by hand on the loosest setting. They're stiff, but they're not extremely stiff. Front rides great. Rear rides good, especially now we got the air shocks on there. So as you can tell, my rear tire is just ever so slight camber to it. I mean, just a tick, and that's with like 40-45 pounds of pressure in those air shocks. And it helps keep everything from flexing so much when I go to take off. Instead of just, it kind of holds a little bit better. Still rides great because we're not running a ton of pressure in there. So guys, think that's about it for this. I apologize for being kind of the off-kilter kind of video compared to normal, but kind of want to bring you guys up to speed, show you guys what's going on, give you an idea what's coming up. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments below whether or not you want to see some of this footage from the shows. It's kind of really hit and miss whether or not people even enjoy these type of things, so let me know what you want to see. I know come January, February, we're probably going to be starting back on Jawbreaker again, so we can go ahead and get Jawbreaker back on the road at some point. We got some metal work to do. We got the spare parts engine build that'll be coming up, so let me know if you want to see the shows down in the comments. Let me know what other kind of content you may want to see. Want to see some traveling and some other shows? Some new shows? I don't know. I have ideas, but really don't know what I want to do yet. So, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate each and every one of you. We've done an amazing job on this car in the last 3 years. Done an amazing job on this channel in the last 6, 7 years. Thanks to you. I appreciate it. So, till the next time, guys, be kind to one another and be good.